This ain't build a dude. You don't get to pick and choose. 6-pack abs and sodas too. Bouncing packs like Terry Crews. This ain't build a dude. You know we got feelings too. Ain't nobody's perfect, just be cool with you. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beasts of all ages, shapes, and sizes? Apparently, I built a theme park of total dinosaur mayhem in Parkasaurus. Not to be confused with Parkasaurus Rex. Nailed it. I'm so funny. I know. Fantastic. Just absolutely an absolute comedian god. Please don't subscribe. I love you all. Anyway, you already know what we gotta do, man. You already know the main man left giving out, giving us knowledge juice to drink from our cup of knowledge. Oh, tastes like epicness. I built a theme park of total dinosaur mayhem in Parkasaurus. You already know what you gotta do, man. Link in the description to that mains right there. You already know we gotta do it to them. Let's go, man. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one gonna press the play button, mo? I missed it. I still missed it.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're checking out Parkasaurus today because if there's two things I love, it's parks and dinosaurs. Especially when they've got big, derpy, googly eyes. Also, developers, thank you for a key. I'm sorry in advance. Also, this video is sponsored by Genshin Impact. Linky in the description, but more on that in like a minute. Okay, name your park. Disastersaurus.
Beautiful.
Yeehaw. Okay, so here's the beginning of our beautiful park. It's got bumps, it's got trees, it's got grass, and most importantly, it's got lots of room to grow. Oh, and would you look at this? Our ticket booth comes with a person. I think she's gonna be the perfect employee. Do you know how I know? She never seems to leave her post, but most importantly, has a nice 500-yard stare. You are definitely a Grace. So I don't know if you've seen me play Park Sims before, but I kind of have a standard operating procedure here, which is before we turn this into a dinosaur wonderland, we need to wow the people with a stellar entrance. We got the normal stuff like paths and stuff like fences and doors. We also have buildings, which holds a lot more secrets than you'd think. Because sure, we've got stuff like concessions stands, and glorious decorations like plants, prison cinder blocks, mailboxes, traffic cones, and whatever the hell this is. Oh god, and my personal favorite, beautiful stairways, ramps, and bridges. Well, I think I know what I'm starting with. Wait, it can go past the barrier? Oh my god, what? Why is this a thing? Why does it allow this? You know, why question it? Yep, that's the face of someone that doesn't care. Strangely enough, if we allow people into the park, oh god! Unfortunately, it doesn't stop people from paying and walking into the park. And we can't have that. There's nothing to see yet. What about if we move it to right there in front of the entryway? Let's see how the adoring public deals with this. Ah, much more to my liking. They pay and then don't have any idea what to do. They're like, I could do that jump. It's not that far. And then they try the next best thing, which is walking up on the fence itself. You've got all these magical powers, but you still can't figure out how to get in, huh? Either way, this seems really promising. We don't even have a working park yet, and we already have people paying and getting stuck. And that's just great. Hey, you know what else is great? Today's sponsor, and that's Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is an open world action RPG available now on PC, Android, iOS, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. You start out in the wild world of Tevat, where you get to horse around with 7 different types of elemental powers. You can also explore the recently released Inazuma map, where you can experience a whole heap of new quests, stories, puzzles, and so much more. There's also a 4-player co-op mode. All you gotta do is reach adventure rank level 16 to unlock, and you can force your friends to go on adventures with you, like exploring the vast world and pillaging dungeons. It's also cross-platform multiplayer against mobile, PC, and PlayStation, so your friends have absolutely no excuse. There's a bunch of new stuff rolling out all the time, and for that, I want to highlight a new character. This is Yoimiya, a talented pyrotechnician and the current owner of something called the Naganohara Fireworks. She's also known as the Queen of the Summer Festival, and excels in creating fireworks that symbolize people's hopes and dreams. Now that is some lore. Beyond that, you can look forward to even more characters coming out in the future. Hey, speaking of lore, did I mention there's a fun storyline going on all the time in this game? We got conflicts, we got bad guys, we got new areas to explore, like Watatsumi Island. There's also plenty of events to go around that give you a chance to claim abundant rewards, as well as battle new monsters, kind of like this thing here called the Ruined Sentinel. I just like it because it's all cubic and stuff. So if you like what you see and you want to learn more, there's a link in the description, and you can fire up the game right now. So thanks Thanks again to Genshin Impact for sponsoring. Let's go see how our stairway is doing.
People are dying.
Still here. Muy excelente. Unfortunately, in its current state, we can't do much with that stairway because we're kind of riding that line of where we can build. And I'm pretty sure these bunch of quitters aren't going to allow themselves to hop back down. Well, if I can't connect structures, what about terrain? Like this raising terrain tool. Okay, let's see about raising that to... Oh, can't say I was expecting that, but I like what I see. Nice to see people are still paying to get into the park, but now they fully can't get inside. They also can't leave. I bet that stairway's looking a little more enticing, isn't it? Yes, yes. Oh, they can just like transport out of here when they want to leave. Bunch of cheaters. Yes, that's what I like to see. When you want to buy your ticket, get upsettingly close to the employee. Yes, and then wait in line at the very edge of the boulder. And wait there literally all night. Well, now we gotta ask ourselves the question, don't we? They've given us such lovely terrain tools. Is there a limit to how high this can go?
Let's find out. Is there a limit?
Oh boy. Oh, no. So far so good. Like seriously, why can you build this high? What good can this possibly do? But enough talk. Have at thee. I'm gonna go ahead and say the answer is no. Like some of these go so high that if you look at them from the wrong angles, they just disappear. At this point, I'm more or less convinced it'll go as high as you want these little columns to go. Like this wall is so high that if we go around to the other side, the wall part casts a shadow that goes all the way to the edge of the park. But you know, people are still lining up, and thankfully the rock face is swallowing up Grace. Not that she seems to mind. Well, that's all fun and games, but if they can't actually get into the park, we should probably fix this up a little bit. So let's go ahead and flatten the terrain and lower it back down. Okay, just gotta get through all the layers. You know, I couldn't help but notice though, there's one piece I still couldn't remove. Wait, why can't I flatten this part? Why is this a thing? And look at these citizens trying to find their own way in. I don't know what's worse, when people are all in her business or literally using her booth as a thoroughfare. Well, let's see if we can fix this. Water tool, deep water tool, smart water tool, pour water onto the ground. Well, this is not what I expected this tool to look like. Let's see what it does.
Oh, dear God.
Well, that's cool. Yes, they seem very happy when they find themselves suddenly completely submerged in liquid. Yeah, honey, you wait here. I'll go get the tickets. And if you take a gander, it looks like that water level is slowly rising. Oh, what I wouldn't give for this level of apathy. I guess I can kind of see why you'd want to see this now. I mean, nothing about what we're looking at makes sense. There's water literally going up the rock thing, and the water is impossibly above the wall line. Like, this shouldn't even be physically possible. So I'm still adding water, and you can see it slowly extending over the entire park. Oh God, I'm so curious now. How high can the water line actually go? Hold, please.
Oh, 3 hours later.
Well, this continues to be ever so promising. There's our physics-defying water line. I've been holding down the flood button so long that it's autumn now. And boy, do those fall leaves really pop, you know, from under the impossible water. That said, as amusing as this is, I gotta let go of the button at some point. Because, I mean, it needs to drain eventually, right?
Does it? It's not gonna
drain.
No. Several more hours later.
Okay, so it doesn't appear to be draining. I've been sitting here waiting for the water line to go down, and it's really not. Even reloading the game doesn't appear to have done anything. Oh, but you know what it did do? Would you look at that? The way is clear again. I mean, of the mountain. Maybe not so much the part where everything's submerged. So I guess we have no choice but to continue adding water. Bye-bye, trees. Bye-bye.
20 hours later? Wait,
okay, let me tell you what I've learned. I am now convinced that there is indeed not a limit. Which honestly, besides the part where the water line is just looming overhead at all times, it doesn't really seem to make a big difference to everyday operations. You can't even really see it up there. I mean, I know it's there because when I want to do some building, there's a big old ocean in the way. But hey, that's what the free cam is for, so that we can just wander below that line and bask in everything under the sea. So I guess let's just keep going as normal, right? What do you say, Grace? Yep, she agrees. Anyway, what were we doing? Oh, right. Building a dinosaur park. Let's start by getting those stairs out of the way. Glad to see everyone's coping with that just fine. Well, now that I removed the stairs, why is everyone stopping here? Oh, I didn't even realize there was a pit here. And that's just way too much coping. Asking them to figure out how to connect this path over to that path over there. What if I sweeten the deal? Like, what if I put fresh squeezed orange juice on the other side?
Yes,
sounds delightful. And that silhouette doesn't feel like a nightmare at all. Ta-da! Oh, hello, Grace again. How are you doing?
Oh God.
Okay. Really? This still isn't enough? Well, I guess that's literally what these bridges are for. So I guess let's just put it right there. Who cares if it's right through Grace's torso? There you go. Ah, and it's time for transactions, I see. Or to do a quick draw. You know what my favorite part about this is, though, is the amount of trash that's around now. This thing's been open like 2 seconds. How did you all make such a big mess? And by that, I mean, I'm so proud of you. I'm also glad to see that this disaster has made you all happy. I mean, if we're gonna call this face happy, you know, when you're smiling maniacally and holding back the tears. Excuse me, did I just see you pick up trash? I am not happy about this. And I don't know if you know this, but the game also has a first-person mode. And not only does it have a first-person mode, you see that down there? That's my tranquilizer gun. Obviously, you're supposed to use this on dinosaurs, right? But surely it'll work on people, right? Hey, lady, think fast.
T-pose to a certain
Oh my god, that worked splendidly. Just in case that was a fluke, let's try again. T-pose this.
Yes!
Okay, works great. You can get up now. Okay, they just descend to a better place. Gotcha. Okay. Well, let us commence the... Oh, Jesus, that nighttime comes on fast. Just like all this tranquilizing. Hey, you, stop that. No warlocks in my park. Looks like we have some early go-getters. Hey, go back to your car. Oh my god, I can just shoot people from the parking lot? And you know, I couldn't help but notice. Sure, they evaporate, but their car stays there. Which is different than if people actually leave the park as normal and then drive away. So wait, are you telling me what I think you're telling me? If I go ahead and just T-pose these people to death so that they never go back to their cars. Are you telling me that we can have a full parking lot of just empty cars? And also, did you just run over those people? I would have done this anyway, but you monsters. This doesn't say legitimate business. I don't know what does. It's a shame. There's a boundary line right here. I would love to just go be a maniac in the parking lot, but this is almost better. Can you imagine? You're out on date night, and the owner's standing there waiting for you to show up and then just tranquilizes you both. So it looks like when the day resets, everybody automatically goes home. Which means in order to get a full parking lot of empty cars, we got to make sure it happens in one day. For that, we're going to need a lot more people to come into the park, and we're gonna need them to be happy. And how do we keep them happy? We got a bunch of different things. We got fun by viewing dinosaurs, decoration by making the place pretty, hunger by eating, and who cares about this one? Let's start with food needs, since I'm gonna say we already understand that one well. Yes, that's what we'll call this masterclass in customer service. Okay, so at present time, we have about 20 people in the park. Obviously, we can do better. Let's go ahead and add a whole row of orange carts. I like that some of these people buy orange juice and then more orange juice before rounding out the day with a little orange juice. I do not envy that drive home. Yeah, that's how I'd feel too. Yeah. You're gonna have to piss like 1,000 times on the drive home. Thanks for your patronage. Well, it looks like despite all the plentiful options, we're not bringing in more customers. I better add more juice stands. Oh, you know what I just realized? When you put down a stand, it puts down a little path too. And it's plenty for them to walk on. Well, no need to give them all these extra tiles. They can just go ahead and make do with the bare minimum. And this also means that if people want to go anywhere, they have to use the paths created by all this commerce. Army of Grace is reporting for duty. And thank God we have so many buildings to choose from. Okay, I added a couple of things to the orange juice stands. Say hello to my mini city. We've got food, we've got more food, and even more food, not to mention food, all run by our adoring clones. Oh, and we also have this thing where, you know, you can get your picture taken and pretend your head is popping out of a dinosaur's brain space. I mean, in theory, I think that's what's happening. I prefer to call this whole exchange ode to phoning it in. First, we have Grace, who creepily doesn't even look at the pictures she's taking, staring completely away from the client. The person getting their picture taken isn't doing much better, though. They're not even trying to use the cutout. I think instead they're using this time to stare into the void and contemplate existence. And then once their photo op is done, time to go back to the real world to mechanically go through the motions. Truly an experience that'll last a lifetime. I also don't know what to think about the fact that after they're done, they do this. What the hell was that? What are you doing? Anyway, having all this crap available now seems to be helping out a little bit. We have 24 people in the park, now 25, which is, you know, something. Looks like it's time to move on to the next step. No, not dinosaurs. Scenery. Let's see, what kind of trees do we want to plant? I mean, I think obviously we're gonna have to plant this thing, right? Who doesn't want a rainbow sherbet tree? Oh God, why do you rise up like that? You know, I don't care. Let's just put you literally everywhere. Oh yes, into the wall. That's what I want. Give it that real exclusive walled off garden feel. Okay. Okay, we've done it. We've
Oh,
bordered
yes,
the whole
the border
property
of
in
trees.
trees. Go forth, visual splendor, and capture me some patrons. Don't forget to let every tree hit you in the face on your way into the park. My God, just look at this. My cup runneth over with patrons, also known as nobody cares about trees. Oh, you know what? I think I know what the problem is.
Dinosaurs?
I was getting scenery confused with decorations. Oh, silly me. I should have known better. Nobody cares about nature. Not when we can decorate with these boxed wildflowers
Nature?
or this hazard cone.
Yes.
Or a campfire. Trees out of the way. There's a new sheriff in town.
Oh,
Yeehaw.
God.
Yes,
No.
much better.
The
Nothing
flames,
quite
those
gets the blood
ponderous.
pumping like having to navigate your way through a bunch of unattended open fires. And you know, I'm gonna make sure to give the people what they want. Haphazard piles of bricks, so it doesn't even look like the park is complete. How about some prison cinder blocks?
I
Well, it
love
seems
it.
like we're going in a healthy, positive direction. Number of patrons coming into the
Oh,
park
dear
is getting
God.
higher and higher. Well, now
How?
that things are seeming absolutely positive, I guess it's time to add that thing that people came to the dinosaur park for. Okay, so for this to work, we need to create an exhibit. We're gonna put the first one right here, because what could possibly go wrong with that? To do this, we gotta pick up a fence, all of which are clearly dinosaur ready, like this white picket fence. Ooh, look at this. Plexiglass electric fence.
Oh, yes,
Perfect
please.
material for when you're building underwater. We're gonna split the difference and
getting
go
that.
with this fence, the wire fence. High strength and low privacy. Now you're speaking my language. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and there we go. Ta-da!
Ah,
We
nice.
did it. Couldn't have done it without you, Graces. And now let's fill this
Graces.
thing with some dinosaurs. To do that, we need to go up to the town, which looks kind of like if Derpy Dinosaur Clip Art got together and founded a town with a fever dream. We don't need
Yes,
all this stuff like
please.
vegetables and meat, but we are going to need beautiful dinosaur eggs. We're in sandbox mode, so we can just pick anything we
Oh,
want. You know,
yeah.
like Triceratops or Clark Kentrosaurus. Everybody after they've eaten
Diplodocus.
Taco
Sorry.
Bell, the Animatrix. Let's start with this one, the Warehouseosaurus. We just hit create, and that chicken gives us a Yoshi egg. In fact, you know what? Give me a couple of extras for the road. It's fine. Meanwhile, back on the ranch, let's take our new egg, slap it down, and now all we can do is wait. And then once it's ready, let's just give it a little pokey poke.
it's dead.
Crushed under its own shell. Oh no, there it is. It's so delightfully derpy.
Adorable.
You know,
Oh
looking
my
at the meters
God.
up above, I can't really remember what this crown meter was at before. Dino appeal. The higher this is, the better reviews you have, the more people will come to your park. Well, if one dinosaur gets us to 408, then surely adding a couple
Oh,
more friends
dear,
is even
no,
better,
please,
right?
God.
Okay, much
Oh,
better.
please,
90
no.
beautiful eggs.
No.
Just give all these eggs a quick crack. Come on out, fellas. Oh, there they are. What the hell is going on? Well, I gotta admit, this is not what I was picturing.
God.
I definitely wasn't expecting them to make like two groups with one confused outsider. And boy, you're all so much louder than the first one.
What?
Oh God, do you hear this? What is happening here? What are you doing? Oh God, this is insanity. What are you people doing? Gotta say though, it certainly has helped our numbers, hasn't it? Now that we're at a glorious
shit.
37,128. Oh, I get it. Now you all want to get into the park. All the food options and campfires weren't enough for you? Seems to be helping though. The parking lot's
Jeez,
getting a little
it's
more
doing it now.
robust.
Holy
Our
tits.
population's made it upwards of 80. And while I'm happy the lines are persisting all the way to closing time, I just can't help but think that we can get more people in here.
Don't you
I
add more
can't help but
dinosaurs.
think that
Aw, son
adding
of a bitch.
more is an even better idea.
No.
Don't worry, little guys. I left you plenty of space.
God.
Oh, good Lord. That's a lot of
It's gonna get
Z's.
bad.
Now back to heavily concussive screaming. Okay, go ahead and join your friends. Ta-da! 73,000 plus points. I like how technically there's like hundreds of dinosaurs in
God.
here, and yet somehow it still seems so contained. I mean, this guy's clearly having trouble containing his excitement. He's got to wave to every single one. Hello. What have we
They
here?
can grow?
Something seems different.
Oh,
This
God,
must be the
Derpy
first
grow.
dinosaur rapidly growing up. Uh-oh. They
Oh,
woke
God,
up
they
big
could
and strong.
evolve.
Stop hitting the fence.
Oh,
shivery
fuck.
timbers. Who could have known there'd be such an outcome?
no.
Look at these people
Grace
not
is dead.
actually scared. Quick, honey, let's go to that place where we can roleplay like it's Jurassic Park. Oh my God, I'm so scared. The dinosaurs. Everything is just so scary.
Oh,
Quickly, the only way to
Derposaurus.
fight them off is with some of this funnel cake and this dinosaur picture that's gonna last a lifetime. And run. Okay, so here's the thing. Obviously, we can just patch up this fence and it's gonna solve all our
Oh, he fell
problems
over.
where everybody inexplicably thinks that the dinosaurs are loose. But instead instead of patching that fence, can I just cover this whole area in one big fence and make this all like one big exhibit? Only one way to find out.
God, no.
Yep, just keep running it over the desert. Okay. And one final wall to connect the whole thing across. Well, that looks like it did it. And now we just need to make sure people can get into the exhibit, which sounds like a job for stairs. Oh, please, God, let this work. Come on. Come on.
Yes.
Go in.
Get in there.
Yes.
Come on.
Walk. Keep
Come on.
walking.
Get in there.
Now's your chance.
There
Yes.
you
Yes.
go.
You're in the exhibit. Oh, I love it. Now they're not scared at all. So for some reason, now that the whole park is one giant exhibit that you're walking around in, technically the fence is closed in because there's a bigger fence around this fence. So now nobody cares. Okay, so here's the other thing. Normally, you're only supposed to be able to put eggs in an exhibit. So if we go outside our new boundaries, can't place an egg there. But since this whole thing is one giant exhibit now, we can put eggs anywhere we want. And nobody seems remotely concerned by this. So it looks like it's back to the egg place. And let's buy us, I don't know, a little bit of everything. Sorry, chicken, you've got your work cut out for you today.
God. You just squeezed
got a bunch of eggs now. Time to start putting a lovely assortment of random dinosaurs down. What egg is what? Who cares? Okay, I've filled the boundaries with eggs. So many eggs. If there was a spot to put one, then I put one. The frame rate is already suffering, by the way, from just the presence of the eggs. So I can't wait to see what happens when it's time for these all to hatch. Oh God, it's time. Brace yourself, everybody, while I spend the next 10,000 years cracking open each and every one of these eggs. Good God, half hour later, I finally cracked open all the eggs. Welcome to your new world of 5 frames per second. Okay, for real though. Baby T-Rex, despite being on fire, super adorable. Derpy and adorable. What the hell are these dinosaurs doing? Are you guys ordering food? Do you work here now? Is this how far we've come? I have no idea what's happening. You know what I can tell you though? This little number up here is a little bit larger at over 500,000. And surely people are interested in this, right? Oh yeah, they want to see this, all right. Look at this beautiful, somewhat creepy marching line. You know, I kind of forgot what we were doing. I know we were trying to fill this parking lot full of cars, but it seems so useless now that the frame rate's so bad. You know what I find kind of interesting? No matter what kind of dinosaur it is, everybody is so docile. I guess they've learned to live among the humans now. I guess I'm mostly curious if the dinosaurs are going to be less forgiving if one of the barriers is broken. So let's go ahead and breach one tiny hole in the fence here. Here goes nothing.
Chaos.
Oh no! Yep, God. I think they might be rebelling now as I see carts flying around at 1 frame per second. Yeah, I'm sure you're happy down there. Oh, good God, I can't see a thing. No more frame rate, only listening. Well, I'm sure it's gonna be fine as long as they don't attack those French fry stands. Well, I guess I'm not all that surprised that this is what happened the moment we opened up one tiny breach in the fence. And I know I wanted to fill the parking lot, but I don't think that's gonna be happening now. Goodbye, orange juice stands. I hope you had fun. I know I did. I want to thank Genshin Impact again for sponsoring. Check out the linky in the description to try the game for yourself, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, I'd like to order a large fries, please. Yeah, extra mayo. Everybody's favorite condiment of choice for fries. Yeah, I said it. Fight me.
That's gonna do it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, the sweet, wonderful, delicious, delightful power of the main man. Let's game it in, left, right, and out. Learning us that learning juice in our cup of knowledge sauce in order to get that sweet, sweet dinosaur loving and apparently create a second prehistoric era. Put your favorite dinosaur in the comments down below. But guys, if you liked the video, take your small claws of awesomeness. Let's do like and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beasts of all ages, shapes, and sizes. Bravo! Stay beast mode for the epic win of all the wins. My favorite dinosaur is a Diplodocus. Oh!